Hey, what's up guys? It is MW Plays here, back again for another video. What you see in the background is my recent round 50 run on town for Black Ops 2. I've been playing the hell out of the PS5 port for this game. It's been fun, but I'm not really here to celebrate that occasion. That's going to be my next video, because this was a pretty tough high round to do. What I'm mainly here to talk about, I'm kind of fed up with PlayStation. I'm not going to lie to you guys. You know, for personal reasons and for kind of like logistical reasons, just to kind of like create a TLDR for people who don't really want to watch for this video. My main issues with PlayStation are that, the ending disc production, I feel like, just takes away from consumer rights. I'm tired of these price hikes for PS Plus. I think it's already ridiculous. You have to pay, you had to pay $60 to play online for like 10 plus years, but now it's like $80. PlayStation's currently talking about increasing those prices. And yeah, I mean, also some of the issues I've been having, recently I got hit with a 7-day temp ban for trash talking against a Black Ops 3 hacker. I was playing some multiplayer trying to get ready for Black Ops 2, and at this point, it's like there was a guy aimbotting, and at this point I was getting fed up, and I decided to trash talk him, and I got a 7-day temp ban. I couldn't play PlayStation at all, so but ever since then I haven't been able to upload any clips to my YouTube channel. I haven't been able to live stream from my PlayStation. Currently I am investing in a capture card setup. Pretty soon things are going to become more consistent as time goes on. I'm kind of done relying on PlayStation to record my stuff. But yeah, I kind of just want to get into my rant. So without further ado, here we go. So right here we have the article blog from PlayStation about them ending disc production in 2028. Now personally, this is something that kind of motivated me to fully switch to PC. I'd already planned to do that prior to this announcement, but at this point I'm kind of just fast tracking that. Earlier in the year I built a $1,000 PC. It's about a little bit more powerful than the PS5, I'd say. If you guys want a video about like specs and whatnot, I can provide that later. But at this point, I'm starting to see that PlayStation doesn't really respect consumer rights. They kind of want to stamp out competition from the physical market, the used games market, and I can't help but just think that PlayStation's kind of just giving the middle finger to their fans, and I think this is anti-consumer. I think they're just trying to consolidate the market share that they have, because they know that Xbox can't really do much about it. Which, spoiler alert, based on the leaks of the next Xbox console, it's more than looking like Xbox is gonna follow suit too. Even though, I think Xbox has the funniest opportunity to do something about it. But yeah, so that's issue number one. I like collecting physical games. I have a collection of close to 50 Xbox 360 games that I've collected over the last 10 years, I want to say. I've been collecting Wii games. I've been also collecting Wii U games, GameCube, PlayStation 4 games. I even have a small collection of PS5 games as well. As somebody who loves physical media, somebody who prefers to own their games, I just can't really support PlayStation's decision. Now you're probably wondering, okay, well, why do you want to go to Steam where everything's digital? The thing about Steam is that they have competition from multiple different angles. You don't have to just have Steam on your Windows account. You can have Epic Games, you can have GOG, you can have Battle.net, you can use EA's launcher, which I don't know why you would, but you can. There's plenty of launchers that you can use on PC if you don't like a certain launcher. You can also just pirate games too. That's another option. I plan to make the jump to PC. I don't really think I'm going to be buying the next PlayStation. I'm also not going to be renewing my membership, and I'm going to be going over my reasoning for that in a minute. Another issue I'm kind of just fed up about with PlayStation is this. So I just wanted to talk about the recent PlayStation outage that happened the other day. This is a billion-dollar company, and they can't invest in server security, apparently. Is just ridiculous. But the main issue here kind of ties into the end of disc production. You don't actually own the games you buy digitally. I don't know if people know this or not, but you're not really actually buying the game. You're more so just buying the files of the game. Well, you're not buying the files. You're more like it's more like getting a lease on the game. And I found that tweet funny because it perfectly points it out, right? Because when you're offline, you can't play your games offline. But earlier in the generation, PlayStation decided, oh hey, we're gonna implement the DRM that we said we wouldn't back during the PS4 launch, right? PlayStation's success with the PS4 was definitely earned, but I don't think they've earned the success with the PlayStation 5 that they have. Can't help but wonder, right, like what the consequences for PlayStation will be going forward. I mean, like I said earlier, PlayStation is allegedly considering price increases for PS Plus, which they already did 3 years ago for the prices. They already increased the yearly prices to $80 per year for just the base membership. So for just the ability to play online and, maybe a couple free games here and there that you may or may not like, that you don't actually own, you pay $80 for that, and it's just, I think that's ridiculous. Whereas if I go on Steam, I can just play online for free. All I need to do is just pay my internet bill. I can use the internet, right? I can mod my games. I can pirate games if I want to. I can download emulators, right? I can use different types of web browsers. I can get different types of fucking stores on there, But it's like with PlayStation, you get no freedom at all. But why I decided to make this video is because I'm personally fed up with PlayStation on a personal level. So, like I said before, earlier in the video, I got a temp ban at the beginning of last month, sometime in early June, and it was a 7-day temp ban, right? Basically, what happened was I was playing Black Ops 3 online because, players were on Reddit were talking about there being more players because people were excited for Black Ops 2's port, and I kind of wanted to get ready. I wanted to play a classic Black Ops game to get ready. There's a cheater in the game who was just aimbotting me from across the map. I decided to just give him a piece of my mind. I know it didn't really achieve anything, and I don't intend to do it again, but I decided to give him a piece of my mind over DMs. I may have called him some words I regret, but it resulted in me getting a temp ban. Now, when I called PlayStation, I explained the situation to them. Basically said, oh yeah, no, this guy was hacking in the game, and, he was just abusing levels. He was aimbotting me from across the map, and I decided to call him out. And instead of siding with me, their 10-plus year long loyal customer who has had a squeaky clean record up until now when it comes to violations towards their terms of service, they decided, nah, we're just gonna take this cheater side. We don't really give a shit. And at this point, PlayStation just doesn't have their priorities set. They're more concerned about people calling others no words in exchange, as opposed to people who are actually fucking hacking their consoles and video games and making the experience for other players worse. Like, we're talking about players who can potentially get your IP and track you just by being in a lobby with you. And PlayStation decides, oh yeah, no, that's not a problem. Yeah, no, you're the problem, man. You called him the F word. You called him a homophobic slur. And, I'm just, I regret what I said to the guy because, it got me banned. Honestly, just fuck that guy and fuck PlayStation. PlayStation can suck my fucking nuts. I'm so fucking tired of this goddamn company and all their stupid decisions. And it's been the whole generation too. Like, legit, they have not released a single exclusive this entire generation that was just meaningful. Like, you look at the PS4 generation. That generation had all sorts of bangers. You had Spider-Man PS4. You had God of War PS4. You had Horizon Forbidden Dawn. You also had Ghost of Tsushima. All sorts of games. And you're telling me that I'm supposed to stick with your platform when you're not providing me any sort of meaningful benefit or value to staying on your platform. You're raising prices not just for games, but you're also raising prices for the membership to even play online. And now you're telling me, oh yeah, no, I can't buy physical games. I don't actually own the shit I own. Yeah, no, fuck you. Fuck your entire company. Alright, I'm done. I'm gonna be switching to PC. I've already switched to PC. I'm currently building up my video game library on there. I'm also investing in a capture card setup for my PlayStation in the meantime so I can record some content for my PlayStation. I'm currently compiling some editing software and recording software on my PC. I'm currently setting it up. I think I'm gonna do an OBS setup for PC games. But yeah, no, this company is just so bad. Like, I'm not buying the PlayStation 6. I don't intend to, and I don't think anybody should. So yeah, like I said before, my intention, starting in December, I'm not renewing my membership. I'm kind of just done with PlayStation. I plan to just play offline. I'm not going to be grinding Black Ops 2 past then. I mean, I'm trying to grind it as much as I can, but I'm not going to be for much longer. I'm not going to be joining PlayStation parties and all that stuff. I'm not going to be playing with my friends on PlayStation. Most of them play on PC anyways, so at this point, I'm ready to switch over to the PC. I'm ready to just, like, I'll still play it for single player uses, but yeah, no, I'm done. So don't forget to hit that like button. Please share this video for people who are interested in, all things gaming, PlayStation. Share this video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, and please do be sure to enjoy the montage of memes I'm going to be displaying for the next minute.